All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here into the broadcast booth tonight. Senior night here for the Smithfield Sentinels. As you can see, a few of our skaters here for the Sentinels have already come out on the ice here as we're preparing to call their names. And we were just here not long ago calling LaSalle and Bishop Hendricken. That game ended in 3-0. This one should be a good one. But before we get into all the matchup protocol that we do on this broadcast, we're going to give you our seniors tonight here for the Smithfield Sentinels as they celebrate a long career here in Smithfield. And still waiting for the rest of our skaters to come out here for Smithfield. And here we go. And it's your class of 2022 seniors here for the Smithfield Sentinels. Your first and senior number 1, Jacob Salima. Goaltender here for the Smithfield Sentinels. Graduating senior here tonight. Jacob Salima has played very well in the net all season long, and we saw him put up a show last night as he held on to the Burrville Broncos last night, with the final score being 4-3. Smithfield took the game away from Burrville there, and they have nothing but thanks for Jacob Salima. And now number 2, Ian Wilbur, your next graduating senior. Number 4, Liam Dixon. And now number 8, Cody Paiva. Now up next, number 14, Nicholas Peluso. Now number 17, Nicholas Sonos. Now number 19, team captain Chris Desano. Now number 31, your backup goaltender, Alexander Riley. And that'll do it for tonight's senior class here at Smithfield. Congratulations to the class of 2022 seniors here at Smithfield. And we're going to take ourselves a commercial break, but when we get back, we'll be here for the start of this one between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Back after these messages.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and that's good. Did he get it? He did. Shot here. Over the head. With Smithfield, Bryant taking the hold. That's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Goes across. Goes out and sees it. Hit the... Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Joe with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Ready. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and it's
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo set that one down across. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. It's in.
The other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Touchdown. Pickoff return. Brock Pacheco. Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and that's first down. Did he get it? He did.
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Bryant taking the hold. That's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Goes across. Goes out and sees it. Hit the... Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Joe with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Ready. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and it's
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo set that one down across. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. It's in.
Back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front, a shot and a score. In through the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick off return, Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and
That's first. Did he get it? He did.
shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Bryant taking the hand. That's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Oh gosh, good out and Steve it hit the. Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up free. Inside the 20. Zorea with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down, top score. Lady. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and is.
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
As he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo is second one down the cross. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Oceani's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White.
Welcome into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Another fans-only sports network coverage of Division I high school hockey here in the state of Rhode Island, right here at Smithfield Municipal Ice Rink. Senior night for the Smithfield Sentinels as they take on the Mount St. Charles Mounties. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Heatu, up here in the booth tonight, joined by Mason Belcher, my cameraman here to cover once again the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Yesterday, we got the privilege of calling the Sentinels taking on the Burrillville Broncos. That game was a tightly contested one. All three of these teams are tied for first place currently in Division 1A. And as of right now, the Sentinels have a good finger on the pulse when it comes to controlling this division. They won last night's game in Burrillville by a final score of 4-3. And a win tonight could really cement them going forward and potentially taking the 1 seed in this division. But it's going to have to start here tonight against Mount St. Charles. So we're about to announce the starting lineups in this one. We're going to start with the Mount St. Charles Mounties here. Number 7, Micah Bascombe. Number 10, Antonio Lombardi. Number 16, David Byrne. Number 4, Nicholas Buchanan. And your starting man in the net tonight, Jason Mandeville. And now the starting lineup for your Smithfield Sentinels. Number 7, Cody Van Gordon. Number 24, Matthew Payne. Number 3, Nathan Goff. Anthony Mercurio. Chris Desano. And goaltender tonight, number 1, senior Jacob Salima. And to sing the national anthem tonight, Boston Bruins national anthem singer. We have an honor of having him here tonight. Todd Angley, our man tonight, singing our national anthem. A Boston Bruins sports legend right there. A big thank you to him for turning out tonight and giving us some great dulcet tones there for our national anthem. And we are just moments away here for the start in this one. And with that, we are ready to go here for the start in this one between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. And as we hit center ice, we are underway here from Smithfield, Rhode Island. Puck dumped in there by number 7, Micaiah Bascombe. And in the zone here for the Mounties. Sent around the other side there. Nathan Goff to meet it. And Chris DeSano to help clean up there. A feed over to the other side for Anthony Mercurio. It's dumped back in by the Mounties and sent back in by Matt Payne. Sentinels had to get back on side there. And a whistle to stop play for icing. And back in action here. Taking it up here. And Ian Wilbur trying to keep it on the Mountie side of things. And sent back up there. It's kept in play as Sylvester rifles one at Mandeville, who will stop that one. And line changes coming from either side. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 3 p.m., we'll be covering boys ice hockey between the Warwick Co-op team and the Burrillville Broncos. They'll be at Thayer Arena tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow afternoon, I should say, right here on Fans Only Sports Network. And a whistle to stop play once again there. And the face-off to return at center. Taken in here by Van Goren over to Payne. Payne having some trouble coming up with it. Bascombe knocking it right off of Salima. And the Sentinels dodge a bullet there. And stick still out on the ice there as the puck stuck up against the boards. And sent to the other side there. At the point, kept in by the Mounties. Deflects off the glass in play. Behind that there, David Byrne trying to get away with the puck here. The Sentinels will give it up there to Chris DeSano through center. Chris DeSano brought down to the ground there. He still continues to churn as the puck's up against the boards between him and Goff and two other Mounties, Antonio Lombari and Nicholas Buchanan. And puck traveling in the slot there, nearly a dangerous situation for Mount St. Charles. And, a hard hit there. Chase Rinker passing it over to Sylvester at center. Mercurio tipping it in. And the Sentinels and Mounties will each get a line change out. Sent there, and Mandeville going to have to put the glove down on top of that, as that could have been costly for Mount St. Charles in these early minutes. And taking it over there was Pasia. And the Mounties checked him to the ground there as they try and scamper this puck out of their own end. They've struggled here in these early minutes, and they'll take it back up here on the back of Logan Lefebvre, and that one traveling out of play. Returning to center ice here. And the face-off here, it's sent back over towards the Sentinels side of things. Over to Matt Payne, trying to feed it up there, and knocked out of play as Nick Peluso couldn't get in top of the puck in time. Flipped away to the other side there. Mounties toss it right towards Salima. And knocked to the ground there was Frank Lombardi. Flips behind him there as the puck's stuck up against the boards. It's broken free and fed up to the point, but it's dropped back down into the Sentinel zone, and the Mounties will head back to the bench for new skates. Sending it up to Ian Wilbur. Wilbur taking it now up forward, and now the Mounties taking it back up here. Colden Lawrence flipping it around there. Chance shot. A little misdirected there off to the left side. And now a feed back up to Ian Wilbur. Wilbur sending it right towards Mandeville on the left. And it's taken in here by Diaz. Feeding it forward. Rinker dumping it back into the Mounties side. And now Buchanan feeding it behind him, trying to get it over to Luke Smolan. However, Liam Dixon on top of it, along with Cody Paiva. Puck still flipping around here, and finally Buchanan will scoop it away and send it to the other side there to Diaz, who sends it right back to him. Buchanan flips it over the top of the glass there, keeping it in play, and number 22, Matthew Davenport, feeding it up there to Angelo Perillo. And now Rinker comes away with it as Perillo was slammed into the boards. Over to Sylvester. Sylvester dumping it behind the Mounties net here. And now Diaz to bring it back up, trying to feed Perillo. It's a little too far for Perillo to make a play on. And now here, Goodwin sends it back. Over there on the other side, Mercurio, he slammed into the glass there, needing some help from his teammates, and eventually Connor Souza comes up with it, as DeSano couldn't get in on the play. Micah Bascombe here, traveling into his attacking zone, shot at Salima, and Salima with a hard-fought save. And the Sentinels come up with it here as DeSano's fighting through center. Mercurio to help him out here. Mercurio maneuvering his way around with a lot of trouble there. Payne trying to come back and help, and now they're all skating after it. Lombardi feeding him, and a shot save again by Salima. David Byrne trying to deliver a quick strike here early for the Mounties, and the Sentinels commit another stop here. Now for this face-off. Sending it to the other side there. Sentinels flip it through center. Passia to bring it in as he dumps it in. Mandeville waiting for it at behind the net. And now at the point for Sylvester, rifling one, and Diaz trying to feed it up there to Micah Bascombe, but Rinker has other ideas as he sends it back to the Mountie side of things. Souza, or excuse me, this is Luke Smolan here, sending it to the other side there for Buchanan. And now Buchanan feeding it forward. It's tipped in there by Lombardi and flipped away from Colden Lawrence. And dumped in here now by number 9, Kyle Smolan. It goes around here as it's flipped over the top by Souza to keep it in play. Flipped away here and knocked a pass, trying to feed it up there to number 18, Jacob Boudreau. And it goes back into the Sentinels side. Sylvester, deflection there, and through center again. Good chance coming for Nick Peluso. Shot right at Mandeville, the puck dangling right in front, and Big stop there by Mandeville. His helmet knocked off in the process. And good thing he's okay as those skaters came down hard. And now for the face-off. Puck stuck up against the boards here. It's both sides trying to break it free. Lombardi gets it out, but he's stuck again. Flipped away, back at the point. Shot there, and that was Van Gordon. Off to the right side there. Trying to feed it there. Wilbur all by himself in the slot, and knocked off the skates of the defenders. Wilbur has it here, flipping it backwards. And there's only one man there, David Byrne. He comes away with it and feeds it up to the man who came right off the bench, Micah Bascombe. And keeping it in play there, it's dumped back in there by Jacob Goodwin. Mounties get a line change. Crowd was calling for an interference and a whistle to be called for icing on this one. And face-off taken. It's dumped in by Mounts. Milan sending around the boards there over to James Sylvester, a man they don't want to give it to there. Mercurio waits for it perfectly at center, and he'll take it across, but it's poked away, and Rinker to reset at center. Feeding it back to Sylvester. A bad pass there, as he's going to retreat after it with a bunch of Mounties to chase him here. And now James Sylvester through center, flipping it across the blue line. Mercurio to chase it down after Smolan. And up against the boards down there. Each side still continuing to fight for it here. And flipped away right at Mandeville. It's knocked down. Smolan behind the net there, sending it back over to Connor Souza. Puck flipped back there, and Souza sending it along the other side. Mercurio was there too. Shot in! Nathan Goff delivers the first points in this one. And the Smithfield Sentinels on senior night take a 1-0 lead. Smithfield has been one of the sneakiest teams here this season in Division I hockey. And tonight they're proving it against a very disciplined program such as the Mount St. Charles Mounties. And we'll see if they'll be able to continue this momentum here. They lead this one now 1-0. Puck drop there. Payne comes up with it. Fed back there by Lombardi. Payne here. Flipping it back to Lombardi. And Lombardi, the puck bounced off attackers there. Lombardi trying to get rid of it. He gets it to Boudreau. The puck's still dangling there. And now a chance is Lawrence feeds Lefebvre, and it bounces off the goaltender. And all the way back to Mount side of things. Smithfield to have a face-off on their end. Nearly a costly mistake for the Sentinels as the puck couldn't travel outside of the zone. But Salima, another big stop there. And taken in by the Mounties. Bascombe moves it around. It's poked away. David Byrne chasing after it. And stuck against the boards. Both sides doing their best to try and get rid of it as Antonio Lombardi's playing trying to get it out there. All of them are. It's really tough to finally break free here, but Nicholas Peluso shot on Mandeville, tipped away and flipped over into the Mounties bench, and that'll stop play with 6:09 left. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, no first period intermission. We'll take a quick break and be back in 30 seconds, I should say, for the start of the second. However, for the third, we will take a brief 15-minute break as that Zamboni resurfaces the ice. So on the face-off, Goff flipping it back there to the point. Payne came across the blue line. That gives room here for Logan Lefebvre. Lefebvre here. And nearly trying to feed it there to number 9. That was Kyle Smolan right in the slot. A good job of the defender to break up the pass. And the puck still traveling around. Goff can't see it in his skates. He'll come away with it, however. Goff flipping it into the attacking zone. Kyle Smolan flipping it back, back to center. Cody Van Gordon here. Feeding it over to Matt Payne. Matt Payne flipping it over to Anthony Mercurio at center. And it's taken in here by Chris Desano. And they're going to get Nathan Goff in him there for an offsides. Trying to add more points to this lead. However, getting a little too antsy to make things happen. Puck sent back for Sylvester to scoop up here. Sylvester flipping it to center, and that was Sonos feeding it up there now. The chances, Mandeville knocks it away there. Paiva trying to come up with it, and the Mounties control it now as they flip it on up to Micah Bascombe. Bascombe all the way towards Salima. It knocks right off of Salima's pads. Bascombe still controls the puck here. Flipping it down there, trying to get it to Byrne, who can't come up with the pass cleanly. And flipped there, a good chance. Shot from Diaz, and Salima gloves that one. Puck sent away over there and flipped right over towards Colton Lawrence. Lawrence traveling behind the net. Goes around to the other side. He's corralled by two Sentinels. Logan Lefebvre waiting in the area, however. Lefebvre, he's driven into the boards there. Both sides still struggling for possession of that puck. And this one's sent the other way. Sentinels trying to continue their attack here. Passia with it here. Passia trying to sell out on the shot, and he falls to on his back there. And this one flipped up there to Colton Lawrence. Lawrence across the blue line, bouncing it off a defender's skates, and the Sentinels clear it back to center. Dominic Passia flipping it all the way behind Mandeville's net. And dumping it around there for Peluso, and Peluso here flipping it behind him. Lefebvre to come up with this. He bounces along the back of the boards over to Angelo Perillo, and Perillo clears it to center. Fed over to Chase Rinker on the other side. Rinker brings it up, and Wilbur dumps it in. Diaz struggling here as Peluso's all over him. And they really like these pesky corners here on our left and right side. Rinker with the shot off of Mandeville, and Diaz sends it away. And Sylvester can't keep it in play here as Goodwin flips it back to center, and Ian Wilbur in the right place at the right time. Even Luke Smolan, or in this case, number 22, Matthew Davenport in the right place at the right time. Chase Rinker to bring it back up here. Rinker. He falls to his butt there, and the puck stuck against the boards. And Goff gets it here, feeding it to Matt Payne at the point, bouncing off a defender. And now Micah Bascombe to bring it in. A good move there, Bascombe right off of Jacob Salima. And they'll have to stop play there as the net came off. However, once again, Jacob Salima. Another big save as Micaiah Bascombe just had some great movement with the puck. And now the face-off to return to center. And Payne to take it off the face-off. Payne dumping it all the way back towards Mandeville, and that's going to be an icing call. Sentinels currently lead the matchup 1-0 off the back of a great score from Nathan Goff earlier. And those Sentinels win that face-off as it's dumped to the other side. Buchanan after it here. Cody Paiva chasing him down. And this one fed all the way up, but Payne gets it at the point, dumping it back in. Ben Diaz feeding it up there, trying to get it to Colton Lawrence. Puck still dangling, and Lawrence does come up with it, however. But Payne keeping it in play. Diaz to retreat after it. Paiva still chasing for it, and it's fed to the other side there to Logan Lefebvre. However, Frank Lombardi dumps it back the other way. Flip to Diaz there, back to Buchanan. Buchanan led Lefebvre too much on the pass, and Lombardi flipping it back to center as a line change was coming on the home bench. Could have been an interference call if anyone touched them, but here comes Nathan Goff. Goff, only one man to beat, flipping it to DeSano, and he can't handle the puck in time. But another one, and Mercurio not set. Sylvester, off there of Mandeville. Puck still in play, back to the point. Rinker feeding it to DeSano on the other side. DeSano shot there, and Mandeville with a save. And flipped away by Souza, feeding it up there to David Byrne. Byrne feeding it to Micaiah Bascombe, and Salima, the puck knocked out of his glove right in front of the net. Lombardi nearly had himself a chance there. The Sentinels dodge a bullet as DeSano moves through center under a minute remaining in the period as Micaiah Bascombe flips it up. Rinker trying to move it around. Micaiah Bascombe with the puck here, and the shot. Salima stands him up again. And Sentinels take it up. Wilbur feeding it over there to Peluso, fell to his feet and dumped in there by Lawrence. Payne taking it behind the net. Flipped forward as Van Gordon couldn't come away with it, and the Mounties retreating after it here. Souza feeding it up there to Colton Lawrence and fed forward. The puck still trying to find a home as it's flipped in finally by Lawrence. Salima to stop it there for Payne. Clock continuing to tick away here in this first period. And Buchanan after it now with Wilbur in chase. Buchanan, and a good interception there from Nick Peluso as he's knocked to the ice there. And Diaz will hold on to it against the boards, and that will end the first period of action here. Your score, 1-0 through one period of action. So we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break while the two teams talk things over. But when we get back, we'll be back for the start of the second period. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Smithfield leading Mount St. Charles 1-0 after one.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick off return. Brock Pacheco. Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and pumped.
That's first. Did he get it? He did.
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield. Bryant taking the hand. Down's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar.
And just like that, lickety-split, we're back in action here at Smithfield Municipal Ice Rink. Sentinels leading Mounties 1-0 here as they approach center ice. Puck dropped. It's taken in by the Sentinels. Matt Payne trying to feed it up to Mercurio. It's dumped into the zone by Micaiah Bascombe. Payne circling around, sending it over to Van Goren, who nearly couldn't get the puck off in time. Didn't have enough leverage there. And a pass over to Chris DeSano here. Or, excuse me, Anthony Mercurio. Mercurio feeding it back to DeSano this time, and that one hits the ceiling, and that'll stop play with 14:35. Sent over there to Rinker. Rinker down to Wilbur. It's dumped in. And taken up here by Colden Lawrence. Lawrence flipping it over the top of the defenders there. Logan Lefebvre after it here, but it's knocked away here by number 21, William Hawkins. It's kept in play by the Mounties, and Wilbur sends it behind his back for Rinker to take it away. Lefebvre there waiting for him and put him in good position as the Mounties keep it in. Milan off the back of the boards there, and now James Sylvester flipping it up, and the puck flips past the neutral zone. Ian Wilbur trying to get on after it, and a good job putting the stick in there by Luke Smolan to stop the play from occurring, or excuse me, that was number 9, Kyle Smolan, going right across Mandeville over to Lefebvre. Lefebvre has Rinker check him into the boards there at center, and Sylvester taking it up here. Flipping it along the glass, along the boards, and traveling right in front of Mandeville. It's knocked away from Goff. And eventually taken in here by Ben Diaz. Diaz flipping it to the other side there for Angelo Perillo. Shoots right at it. Salima, another one at Salima. He knocks that one down. Colden Lawrence on the shot there. Ben Diaz flipping it over the top to the other side there. DeSano flipping it over there. And another chance as Goodwin fell to the ice as he was trying to rebound and get the shot off. And puck stuck up against the boards. It's shot right at Salima, who puts the stick out. Payne being met there right away by Davenport. And a chance for Lombari, and his one goes a little too far. Wrapped around the back of the net. Byrne hits him hard there, but Chris DeSano to recover the puck here and flips it all the way back to center. Nick Buchanan to retreat for it as the Sentinels get a line change going, and he'll bring it back up. Buchanan crosses into the attacking zone. Buchanan shot right at Salima, and the puck's in! The Mounties tie things up at 1 apiece. Give credit to the goal to Nick Buchanan there. And just like that, we're in a tied game here at Smithfield. It was just a good take there from Buchanan, taking it himself all the way up to the net. And the puck still staying at the center circle. It's taken in. Bascombe couldn't come up with it here. And now Boudreau to bring it through. Retreating forward is Davenport, who flips it along the back of the net over there to Souza. Souza to the other side to Bascombe. Micaiah Bascombe keeping it in play. Luke Smolan flipping it back over there. Bascombe gets it across the blue line, and it's dumped back in by Rinker. Mounties shepherd it as it's fed over there to Souza, who was not a clean pass, and the puck flipping through center. Lombardi after it here. Rinker defeated over there to Sylvester. Sylvester bouncing it along the boards. It's in the Mounties zone. However, puck traveled a little too far before the offense could meet it there, so icing will resume the play in Smithfield's side. As it's dropped to the floor, the Mounties keep it in play. Dias over there to Buchanan. Wrapping behind the net. Payne sending it the other way. And Lefebvre trying to keep it there. Sentinels causing a lot of problems. Salima hugging that corner. And that'll stop plays. He stops the puck from traveling. Knotted up at one apiece here. This is going to be a tight game between these two, both battling for that 1 seed here in Division 1A. And behind the net there, taken in by Lawrence, trying to feed someone who wasn't there in the slot. And it's knocked back into play for the Mounties. Lombardi trying to get rid of the puck here. It's fed to the point. Shot there from Buchanan off to the right. And still looking for who comes away with the possession here as both sides continue to fight for it. Sent back the other way. Over to Lombardi, who flips it up. And Dixon was there. Dixon has a lot of Mounties there waiting for him. Lombardi trying to get rid of it as the defense grows thin, and Payne eventually flips it up past the blue line. And still no offsides called there, as you couldn't see where the puck was traveling. And it's eventually cleared at center. Diaz checked into the board there by Paiva, and Salima to glove it up and stop play with 10:01. And taken in by Davenport. Shot right at Salima. The puck's still there. And Salima able to trap it with his pads. And puck traveling through center. A good chance for Anthony Mercurio, and Mandeville knocks it away. Mercurio couldn't catch up to the puck as it was moving faster than him. He will retrieve it at center and send it back to Rinker. Rinker over to Sylvester here. Sylvester back to Rinker. Rinker whiffs on the pass there as Perillo put his stick in to make play stop, but Sylvester cleanly sends it into the netting out of play. And the puck flipped back to center ice. Chasing hard for it is Wilbur. Ian Wilbur, shot high over the net there into the glass. Mounties dodge a bullet there as a breakaway was coming. And now Diaz dumping it into the zone as he falls to the ground there. And flipped the other way towards Wilbur. And it's kept in play by Buchanan. Off the post there. And Salima, huge save again. Sentinels letting a lot of these pucks travel too close for comfort. As the Mounties, after they've answered to the 1-0 lead have really had a big momentum shift. Sending back towards Rinker. Rinker corralled into the boards there, getting some help from Hopkins. And it's flipped away, taken in now by number 18, Boudreau. Hitting the boards there. Boudreau wrapping around. And flipped all the way up there to Bascombe. Rinker trying to meet him there, pushing him into the boards. Rinker playing keep-aways. He does get it up there to Passia, but Souza keeping it onside for the Mounties. And Lambari flipping it away, and eventually Boudreau bouncing it off the glass. And Diaz flipping it back to center. Dumped back in. The Sentinels will get a line change here. And bringing it up here is David Byrne as he flips it up there to Logan Lefebvre, who dumps this one in. Van Gordon bouncing it off of the attacker's pads, and it stayed in play. Colden Lawrence, and the play falls dead. But Logan Lefebvre there right off the pads, the puck over the top of the net. Behind net now, it's kicked out by Rinker. Rinker and to Van Gordon there as it's flipped all the way to Anthony Mercurio at center. Mercurio trying to get around Smolan. Smolan flips it away, but Goff there to meet it. Slammed by Souza into the boards. And nearly a nice maneuver from Kyle Smolan, but right in front of the net, Mercurio, the puck couldn't land cleanly. Dumps it around there for Goff. And puck still looking for someone to shepherd it here as it goes back and forth. And it's taken in at center here by Colden Lawrence. Colden Lawrence with only one man to beat the puck. He can't come up with it, and they do! The Mounties answer again. Logan Lefebvre to finish the deal off the rebound there. And Mount St. Charles takes a 2-1 lead. It was just good maneuvering there by the Mounties to really get themselves set for an attack. And they take the lead for the first time today in this one. And puck flipped away here. It's sent back over to Sylvester. Sylvester sending it up to Wilbur. However, it's met there by Buchanan and sent into the Sentinels side of the ice. Sylvester trying to flip it up there past Goodwin. It's shot there, bouncing off as Matt Davenport was trying to rifle one right at Salima. Sent along the back there over to Rinker, who feeds it up to Wilbur. Wilbur and Buchanan intercepting that pass in the zone. In the slot, the puck still dangling around. Hawkins trying to get rid of it, but Goodwin keeping it play, and Hawkins finally knocks the puck into the neutral zone. And Ben Diaz maneuvering through center. Hawkins being very pesky today here as it's fed back to Rinker here at center. Taken in and knocked down as Peluso was trying to make a play occur. And a hard hit. You can see the fans really love that one. And this is Wilbur trying to feed it to DeSano on the backhand, and Mandeville will stop that one with 6:01. And taken away here by Micaiah Bascombe. Micaiah Bascombe, oh, a good poke check, and Lefebvre shot right at Mandeville, and some shoving after the play had ended. Trying to protect their goaltender there. And now the face-off here in Smithfield side of the ice. And a shot right away at Salima, knocked away as Micaiah Bascombe, the culprit once again. Another one bounced off of Salima from Bascombe. Chris DeSano now Flipping it up there to Mercurio. Mercurio with a lazy pass over to DeSano. It's completed. DeSano, shot there, rolls right to Mandeville, who will trap it, and that'll stop play. And the score may show 2-1, but the Sentinels, they've been playing well for much of this one. Both teams looking dead even. It's just going to take a good organization here. Rinker, a shot, bouncing off the skates. Another one off the rebound, and Mandeville gets it in the glove just in time as Peluso was knocking on the door there. But Nick Peluso unable to sneak that across the threshold. And now for the face-off here. Puck dropped there. And taking it up here, Colden Lawrence. Up against the boards here. It's flipped away back to Buchanan. Taken in by Logan Lefebvre. Trying to get a shot off, and Salima, another tough glove save. And taken in here by Nathan Goff off the faceoff, flipping it ahead. Retreating for it is Micaiah Bascombe. The puck kept in play, but they're going to call offsides as Smithfield did touch the puck as it was cleared at center. Goff flipping it over there to Rinker. Rinker trying to get it up there to Mercurio, and he can't feed it cleanly. And now Micaiah Bascombe to take it up here for Mount. Can't get the shot off as Rinker and number 22, James Sylvester, were in the area. Anthony Mercurio to bring it up this time. Trying to get the shot off, and Mandeville will stop that one in its tracks. Puck dropped to the floor there. Goff was trying to feed it, but Lawrence comes in with it. Colden Lawrence sending it around there for Kyle Smolan. Smolan had Lombardi all over him. And Lefebvre trying to maneuver it here. Lefebvre around the backside. Lombardi dumping it away. Buchanan, it travels across the blue line and then goes into the visiting bench to stop play. Puck finally travels across that circle. Rinker over to Sylvester. Sylvester to bring it up. Sailing it all the way to Mandeville is just going to glove that one and stop play once again. And dumped back in by Sylvester, flipped back up. Sylvester to meet it here, slap shot, and it's a little off there. And flipped around the other side there. Angelo Perillo is being met by Chase Rinker, who's keeping it in play here for the Sentinels, but the Mounties flip it into the home bench, and that'll stop play once again. Buchanan flipping it there. Goff had it, fed it back up there towards DeSano. The puck's still in play. Buchanan trying to make up for the mistake. DeSano trying to feed it in the slot, and Dias was there waiting for it. And now Antonio Lombari trying to feed Micaiah Bascombe. Van Gordon in the area, and David Byrne couldn't get the feed on the one-timer. But right there, the puck dangling in the slot. Another shot off of Salima's pads. Mounties getting some very strong pressure here in these few last moments. Up against the boards. And puck still can't break free. And eventually Micaiah Bascombe sends it back around. Matt Payne sends it up towards Anthony Mercurio. Mercurio feeding DeSano. DeSano with a nice move. Chris DeSano moving it around. A good feed to Goff. Puck still dangling around. It's Mercurio. It's knocked away. And now the Mounties trying to come up with it here, and they do. Logan Lefebvre shot. Chase Rinker. Great job to block the shot there, and he does it again as he falls to the ground. And it looks like we might have ourselves our first penalty of the evening. Potentially. And it looks like they're going to call it on Chase Rinker for tripping, or excuse me, it's going to go on number 11, Logan Lefebvre, for tripping. So, Mount St. Charles on the penalty kill. Smithfield on the power play until the last second, literally, in this period. Given over there by Van Gordon up to Payne. Payne's shot goes right into the glove of Mandeville to stop play. Back in, the Sentinels have to send it over to the other side there to Payne. Smolan giving it there, and Hawkins comes up with it now. Dumping it around there. Smolan on the other side there. Sentinels up against the boards, keep it in play. A shot there from Van Gordon, and Mandeville to get the glove right on top of it. Minute and 30 remain, as well as a minute and 29 seconds on the penalty. And the face-off here. Sent behind and fed up there. Dumped away by Bascombe. It's cleared here, and the Sentinels restart. Rinker to bring it up here. Flipping it up there to DeSano, who nearly couldn't take it in. And Mercurio coming up with it in front of Goff. Mercurio, it's intercepted and flipped back to the neutral zone by Micaiah Bascombe. 1 minute remains in the penalty. In the period, I should say, as well as the penalty. DeSano can't get it across there, and Bascombe clears it all the way back towards Salima, who feeds it to Rinker. Chase Rinker past the blue line. And nearly feeding it there, Sylvester out in front. And flipped all the way back. And flipped out front there. Sylvester, this one goes into the glass, and I'll stop play with 19 seconds remaining. 15 seconds remain, 14 on the power play here. And at the point, Van Gordon, shot knocked down. Van Gordon trying another one. Puck dangling off to the left there. And it's cleared once again for the final time here. The power play will come to an end, and so will the second period in this one. So, after 2 periods of action, your score 2-1. Mount St. Charles scoring both of its goals here in the second period, and the momentum swinging in their favor. Smithfield starting to build up that confidence that brought them to a 1-0 lead at the end of that first period. Still have some struggles going on there. We're seeing some good attacks from Mount. Jacob Salima, you have to thank him a lot if you're Smithfield in this one. He's put a lot on his back here. And the Sentinels offense, as long as they keep that uptick in production, I'm sure we'll see them back in action and potentially tying this one up. But while that Zamboni gets going, we're going to take ourselves a break. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network's coverage between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Mounties leading the Sentinels 2-1 after 2. We'll see you for the start of the third.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick-off return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and that's first one.
Did he get it? He did.
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Bryant taking the hold. Stands right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal. Goal.
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. So gosh, goes out and sees it. Gotta go back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorea with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Lady. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and a
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
As he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo sent that one back across. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way way, the opportunity comes back in, center of the ice, open goal, and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick-off return, Rod Pigeon.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and that's personally.
Did he get it? He did.
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Brian taking the hold. Down's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal. Goal.
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. So gosh, Lewandowski saved it. Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorlea with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Right. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and a
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
As he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo is set down with the cross. There it is. Big boot by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Oceani's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in. Center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick-off return, Rod Pigeon.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and that's personally.
Did he get it?
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Brian taking the hold. Down's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal. Goal.
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. So gosh, Lewandowski saved it. Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorlea with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Right. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and a
carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
As he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo is set down with the cross. There it is. Big boot by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Oceani's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Just right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Got return Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and that's first one.
Did he get it? He did.
Shot here. Over the head.
With Smithfield, Bryant taking it home. Down's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal. Goal.
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Oh gosh. Goes out and Steve it hit the. Gotta go back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorea with a scissor touchdown. Big beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Lady. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and is.
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
As he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo sent that one back across. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and more. He's in.
All right, welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Matchup tonight between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Mounties lead 2-1 after 2 periods of action. Sentinels struggled after their first goal. We haven't seen any drastic downtick in their production. It's just going to take a matter of time in this one for them to crawl back in, but they still have a chance. For the Mounties, they're riding high off those 2 straight goals, and they find themselves in the driver's seat here in this third period. And as both sides break their huddle along the benches, we're ready to go here for the start of the third. And we are officially underway here for the start of the third period. Taking it over there, number 6, Ben Dias. Dias feeding it up there towards Micaiah Bascombe. And off to the other side there. Bascombe. DeSano flipping it up, trying to clear it at center. It's sent back down. Falling to the ground is DeSano. DeSano to navigate through center across that blue line. Passing it over to Mercurio, and he can't come away with it there. Goff to retrieve it now. To the point. Van Gordon dumping it down. Mercurio to chase after it. It's led a little too far. DeSano back to Payne. Dump back down. And flip behind the net over there. At the point. Dump back down by Van Gordon. Goff to chase it here. And sent back down. Nick Buchanan here. Taking it behind the net, sending it up there to Micaiah Bascombe. And it's dumped back in by the Sentinels, but knocked down at center ice here, and a whistle to stop play. And it looks like it's going to be for high sticking. Dangling to the other side to Sylvester. Sylvester flipping it to center. Taking it here is Luke Smilan. Feeding it into the zone there for Colton Lawrence, who can't come away with it as it's knocked away by the defense. And a whistle to be called here. And a face-off to return to the Sentinels side of the ice. Sylvester sending it behind the net. Logan Lefebvre after it here. And both sides still trying to come up with it here. It's going to be taken in now by Will Hawkins and flipped into the zone by Ian Wilbur. Luke Smilan here with possession. Behind the net, Ian Wilbur coming away with it from both defenders. And still the Mounties control the puck there, and it's flipped by Souza through center. And Matt Payne to feed it in up towards Jacob Hopkins, who can't dump it in there. And Wilbur flips it over back into the zone. Sentinels get themselves a quick change. Cody Van Gordon here. And it's knocked in by Angelo Perillo. And Van Gordon to retreat behind the net. Knocked away there by Boudreau. It's sent back down there. Van Gordon around the other side of the net. And sent all the way to center ice for Ben Diaz, who just came off the bench. And back there, and nearly not dumped in there. And trying to box it out is Boudreau at center. Flipped back into center ice and dumped in by Payne. And a whistle to be called for icing. And flip towards center ice. Goff. It's nearly knocked away by Bascon, but Goff keeping it in play there. Mercurio trying to feed to DeSano, and Jason Mandeville with a big save there. Mercurio to bring it around there. Mercurio to the point to Sylvester. Sylvester to dump it in. Goff going behind the net after it. Goff deflecting it off the boards. Rinker and Sylvester not in the area as they retreat for it. Sylvester can't find the puck, and it's now on the other side of him here. The Mounties have a good setup coming. And right in front of the net, Rinker comes away with it. Flipping it forward there at center to DeSano. DeSano going the other way, sending it back to Rinker. Rinker through the neutral zone. DeSano going to have to pick up speed to keep up with it. The puck's still there. Wilbur trying to get after it. It's cleared back at center ice. And DeSano coming up with it again. Chris DeSano feeding it back to Wilbur. Shot right at Mandeville. It's knocked off the boards. DeSano bouncing it off to Payne. Payne, shot right at Mandeville off the back there. Goff was trying to get up. He couldn't get on his feet in time. Sentinels continue their attack here. Payne, another one, and Mandeville gloves that one up cleanly. And the Mounties come up with the face-off as Logan Lefebvre takes it through center. A lot of Sentinels there defensively as they push him around. And it's sent back to center over to Ian Wilbur, flipping on to the Mounties side of the ice. No icing to be called here. It's sent along the boards to Colton Lawrence on the other side. Peluso was there too, and another shot right on Mandeville, and it's knocked down cleanly. Pass up to Lefebvre, and it's dumped back in there by Frank Lombardi. Diaz here, trying to kick it along. Sails all the way to center towards Sylvester. Sylvester to dump it back in. And Buchanan dumping it along the boards over there to Diaz. Diaz sending it back there to Buchanan. And feeding it forward. Sentinels can't keep it in play. They do cross that blue line there as Boudreau wraps it around. No, off the back of the glass there. And now Goodwin to take it up. Jacob Goodwin. Puck got tipped away over to Perillo. Perillo couldn't get the shot off as he falls to his knees. And puck off to the left side of the net there. Perillo dumping it back around. Rinker to go after it here, and Goodwin sends it to the other side. Boudreau feeding it up there now to Dominic Basia. Basia dumps it in, and the Sentinels get themselves another line change. Excuse me, fed up there to Micaiah Bascombe. Bascombe dumps it in. He's trying to go after it with DeSano and crew on top of him there. Stick falls to the ice. And eventually Matt Payne comes up with it, deflecting it to Van Goren, who gives it back to him. Payne flipped it away there. And puck right there, Lombardi. Off to the left side of the net was the shot. Micaiah Bascombe right off of Salima, and this one goes into the netting, and that'll stop play. The score in this one still 2-1. Sentinels led this one early, 1-0. However, the Mounties scored back-to-back goals in that second period to take the lead. Sentinels need a spark to get back into this one. And Lawrence, another one off of Salima. And Salima able to get the glove down on top of it. Puck dropped to the floor over there to Sylvester as Lawrence trying to feed it back up there. And now Peluso bouncing it off the skates there. Shot sent at Salima. Salima knocks it away over to Sylvester, who gives it to Rinker. Rinker trying to get it up there to Hawkins, and it bounces behind the net. Lawrence behind the net here. Maneuvering around. Good movement there as he flips it up to Buchanan. And Sentinels get it away here as William Hopkins brings it up. Hawkins, a good feed, and oh, Wilbur, and another one! The net's exposed, and neither side can knock it in. The play was called dead as William Hawkins and several others were in the area to nearly knock that one in over the top of Jason Mandeville. However, the Mounties dodge a big bullet there as the net was exposed for a few moments. And the face-off to return to the Sentinels side of the ice. Puck sent behind the net there. Corralling it against the boards. DeSano trying to poke it out. It's eventually fed up to the point to Smolan. Smolan sends it back down. Dangling in the slot. Sentinels were all over it. And Goff sends it back there to Van Gordon. Van Gordon overshot DeSano with the velocity. And Mandeville ends up feeding it over there to Luke Smolan, who then feeds it there to Connor Souza. Souza back to Smolan. Smolan tried to feed it up there to Byrne, and now Van Gordon. Byrne comes away with it and dumps it in. The Mounties get themselves a line change. And dump back in. The Mounties send it in. And Jacob Goodwin here in the slot. Ooh, trying to feed it down there to Angelo Perillo. Salima knocks it away with the stick and nearly on the rebound. Ben Diaz here. Shot knocked off of Goff. And Matt Payne with it here. He dumps it along the boards. And trying to move the puck back to center. And another one coming at him. Salima knocks the stick away. Knocks it with the stick away, I should say. Off to the other side there. Dominic Passia trying to get it away from Angelo Perillo. He gets help from Desano. Passia. And now Perillo. A shot right at Salima, who knocks it away. Van Gordon flips it back to center. This one's going to travel, however, to the other side here. Icing is your call. Flip back up through center, and Mounties come up with it as Smolan dumps it back in, wrapping around the back of the net there. And Kyle Smolan struggling to get the puck out. Colden Lawrence up with it, and Jacob Boudreau ends up stealing the puck away here. So it's flipped back to center, and nearly dangling right there's Jake. And another one right in front of the net there, and nearly a shot getting off there. Jacob Boudreau froze up there and now feeding it over there to Lawrence. Lawrence, off to the left side. And another one coming right at him. Colin Lawrence and Salima. Big save yet again, and we got more shoving going on here. .5:18 remaining in this one. And your score is 2-1 as the Mounties lead the Sentinels in the late minutes of this one. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, here on Fans Only Sports Network, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, boys ice hockey here at Thayer Arena in Warwick, Rhode Island, between Warwick High School and the Burrillville Broncos. That's going to be tomorrow here at 3 p.m. on Fans Only Sports. Back in the action here. It's flipped back up to center. Chasing after it is Ben Diaz, but it's some good play. The puck nearly traveling in there. And oh boy, Nick Peluso had to sell out over the top of the net, and he's a little shooken up there as he went into the net itself. And he's okay. Very quick recovery there. And now for the face-off here. At the point, and ooh, it's into the netting there. And into the light there. Frank Lombardi wasted no time. And now for this face-off. And Mercurio here, taking it across that blue line. Mercurio bounces off of Mandeville here. David Byrne, oh, bad one there as Nathan Goff was in the area. Nathan Goff here, sending it down to the other side. Desano not close enough, and Buchanan clears it away for the Mounties here. But Micaiah Bascombe with the speed going all the way down to the other side. And he gets one off, and it goes to the other side there of the boards. Mounties keep it in play. However, Sentinels waiting for it as Chris Desano takes it up. Desano giving it to Mercurio. The shot there off the corner. Goff was in the area. And Byrne couldn't get Lombardi in time. No icing as a line change was coming. Chase Rinker Intercepted there by Angelo Perillo. Oh, off to the left side of the net there. Good save by Salima. And nearly in front of the net again there for the Mounties. Sentinels having trouble clogging up the slot. Now maybe a chance, and Souza clears it back to center. Hawkins tipped away there by Matt Mills and flipped back into play. Payne to bring it up here as the Mounties had to get back on side. Off the glass there, it goes around the back of the net, and Smolan trying to knock it away, and it's tipped. Payne gloves it down, however it bounces off the defender. Van Gordon to retreat after it here. Slip back over to center. Wilbur flips it over the top. Mandeville knocks it away with the stick here. Trying to feed him right there. Nick Peluso was in the slot waiting for it. And Wilbur and Peluso here. It's knocked away from both. And trying to feed it up there to Colton Lawrence, but Van Gordon in the area. And Ian Wilbur to bring it in now. Wilbur flips it to the other side there as Ben Diaz is on top of it here. Under 3 minutes left in the third. Your score still 2-1. Logan Lefebvre now with it. Feeding it up there to Colton Lawrence. Lawrence, the pass wasn't there cleanly. The defense can't clear it though. Oh, and nearly a chance for Lefebvre to make a play happen. And they're all trying to get this puck out. And it's to the point, to Nick Buchanan. Buchanan, shot bouncing off the defenders there. Chris DeSano to bring it up now. DeSano feeding it over there. Shot from Mercurio off to the right side. Another great shot on net. Trying to get a feed up there to Kyle Smolan. However, James Sylvester in the area. He clears it back to center. Buchanan dumping it in. Rinker over to Sylvester. Sylvester flipping it up there to Mercurio. Anthony Mercurio. Shot a little wide to the left, and another one coming right at Mandeville. Goes to the other side. Rinker dumps it back in for Mercurio. Sending it the other way as Goff chases after it. A lot of Mounties to collapse for it. Another one on Rinker. Puck dangling there, and Mandeville. Huge save. And with the time in the game being what it is, I'm sure we will see the Sentinels likely pull Jacob Salima from the net to get that extra man advantage out on the ice. It hasn't been called yet, but they're going to call Smithfield to call a timeout here. So while they take a timeout, we're going to take a timeout ourselves. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Pacheco to the house. Wow. Pick-off return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. Tipped and pumped. That's first one. Did he get it? He did. Shot here. Over the head again. With Smithfield. Bryant taking it home. Down's right up. Somebody scores. Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal. Goal. And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Oh gosh. Lewandowski saved it.
And our timeout has officially concluded. Jacob Salima out of the net now. Sentinels with 6 men on the ice. Mounties need to hold on for just a little bit longer to escape with the victory. Puck dropped to the floor. It's back at the point for Sylvester. Sylvester sending it down there to Nathan Goff. Goff missed DeSano on the pass, and they're going to have to retreat for it here. Net is empty as DeSano passing it up there. It's sent all the way to the Mounties side of things. No icing to be called as Diaz flips it back up. And Byrne tried to feed Micaiah Bascombe there. Clock still ticking down as Payne dumps it back in. Rinker, Goff, and DeSano waiting for it. Goff comes up with it, feeds it over to Payne. Payne, slap shot. Puck travels to the right of the net there. Out of danger. DeSano with another one over the top of the net. 1 minute remaining in the period of the puck right in front of Mandeville. It was a gift for him to hold on to. However, the attack will continue for 59 more seconds. If Smithfield scores here, we will hit a 5-minute overtime period in which if no one scores, the game will end in a tie. We'll see if Smithfield can answer here. Puck dropped. We're underway, and the puck's cleared off all the way back to the other end. Icing is the call there. And Sentinels come up with the face-off. Payne trying to feed it to the slot where Goff was sitting. Mercurio on the other side. Payne rifling one. Puck dangling right there in the slot. It's still sitting, and it's knocked away here and sent the other way. And this puck misses the net. Icing your call. And we'll do the face-off all over again. Inches away from nearly sealing the deal on that slap shot from the other side. Still 6-5 advantage for the Sentinels. We'll see if they can sneak it in. Dumped away. Mounties keep it in. Sentinels try and keep it in. And now another one shot at the net. Sylvester trying to wait for it there. He drops to the ground to stop it. DeSano trying to get it out here. Puck traveling behind the net. They're just trying to finish the deal. Micaiah Bascombe missing the net. Clock ticking away. And it's sent the other way over to Rinker. Chase Rinker. This is the last gasp for the Sentinels. Can't get set up as they're pushed into the boards. And the Mount St. Charles Mounties escape with the victory. It's a tough pill to swallow here for Smithfield, being their senior night. They fall in this one by a final score of 2-1. It was a great game throughout, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these teams are dead even here in Division 1B. We'll definitely see them at some point again in the distant future as the postseason rapidly approaches. Mounties, great job in the second period reestablishing themselves. They got back into this one after a 1-0 deficit, and they never looked back. A great job by both sides in the effort. Thank you all for tuning in to Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage between the Smithfield Sentinels and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. The Mounties defeat the Sentinels by a final score of 2-1. Have a great rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Heaton and Mason Belcher signing out of here for one last time, and we will catch you all on Sunday at 3 p.m. for the matchup between Warwick